Now we're going to work down into the ground here. So we're gonna think about the grass, the road, and then the grass here. So we're not thinking yet about the blades of grass. We're not thinking about the leaves that are laying on the ground. We're just getting the base, the bottom layers of those. So I'm gonna look at the road, and it kind of has this grayish beigey orange. So I'm gonna start by scooping some white onto my palette. Okay, and then I'm gonna need a little bit of, I'm gonna take a little bit of black, mix that in. I'm gonna take a little bit of brown. Actually gonna mix in both of my browns here. And I'm gonna stir all that together. See what we get. Let's put that on here to start. I'm gonna fill my whole road in with this grayish brown. Fill that down. So we just get a base coat to cover our canvas before we start to layer in our details. And as I come to the edges, my road's hitting the edges, I like to wrap my painting around my canvas, just a personal preference. Okay, I didn't mix enough color, that happens. So I'm gonna put a little more white in here and blend that together. Because I need to change the color down here anyway, so I'm gonna layer some warmer colors on top. Okay, so I'm gonna look for, I'm gonna make this brownish, peachish color. So let's see, I'm gonna take a little bit of the medium brown, I'm gonna layer that on. I'm gonna take a little bit of this orangey brown, layer that in, and I'm gonna mix that together. That's gonna create the shadow. So at the very bottom, I'm gonna create the shadow that's going across my road. And add a little bit of the darker brown in there. That shadow's not dark enough. I'm just gonna go right back over top of that. I'm gonna darken that in. Okay. Then there's gonna be a gap, and then we're gonna go back to that shadow. That tree is casting a shadow. So we wanna get that to go over. Gonna need a little bit more darker brown on there. And I'm not, let's see, I have a little bit more of a shadow in some of these other areas back here. So I'm gonna just slightly darken those up. When I use a little smaller brush later, I can get those details a little bit more. Okay. Put this back on here, add a little bit of white, go to my red brown, and mix that together. So I put that reddish brown, a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow, and that's giving me more of a peachish color. Okay, if it's a little too dark, you could add white, or if you like it, keep it. And I'm gonna bring that in between my shadow here. Bring that in, bring that in. Okay, and then it doesn't really happen back there. It kind of gets gray and hazy as it goes to the back. Areas that I could just touch up here with some dark. I see the candles coming through. Okay, and that's my road.